So where we were, Roczen, falls to the ground, crying right where we were standing. Okay. And it's just this epic moment. And the guy in front of us turns around. He's like, he screwed my fantasy. And we're just like, get out of the way.
Just doing everything in his power to just ruin this moment for everybody else that was standing there. I thought driver Jamie was going to punch the guy in the face, to be quite honest.
Yeah, Jamie could have picked him up and probably threw him.
I thought that guy was going to get punched, but it was like, really, man? Such an epic moment. And you are so wasted and so low level that you're worried about your freaking fantasy team being screwed up because Roczen won.
So you know what's cool? Roczen was a polarizing character in the 250 class, going in the 450 class. He was very confident, let's say, and he was very good. So he comes in, smoking everybody. He was a polarizing figure, right? And I think at Indy, everyone was either stoked or that's wicked cool, except for that one guy.
Except for the one guy. Yeah. If you had asked me, I would have probably bet money that he would have never won again. So that is so impressive and inspiring in the sense that talk about persistence. Somebody that gets beaten down time and time and time again with injuries and then comes back and gets sick all the time, doesn't get the results that he wants, and to still just keep showing up and somehow still have that level of belief in yourself to where you can still win a race is insane.
I mean,
insane.
You go from factory Honda to Suzuki after having how many career-ending injuries? 3? 2? The dude shouldn't have won last year, right? Or no, the year before that. Sorry, year before that. Because he swept Indy in 2021. Remember that? He won all 3 of them.
And that was the last time he's won?
Well, that was one of the early times that he won after his injuries, wasn't it? Am I out to lunch?
Can't remember.
Why am I even trying to say something like that? Why am I even trying? I'm going to get roasted in the comments. Anywho, disregard. He shouldn't have won after his injuries and then did, right? That was crazy. But then it's now you're on a Suzuki and it's Suzuki hadn't won a heat race in I think that was Suzuki's first win in 6 or 7 years.
Again.
No, I heard
another stat. I heard Mike Grondel was on a podcast with Gypsy Tales, and him and Jace were talking, and he mentioned something about how he would hire a motocross person over anybody just because of the mentality and the persistence that it takes to just be a motocross person, not even at the pro level, just a motocross person, period. And that is exactly why. That is an inhuman level of persistence and self-belief. It's crazy. It is so cool to me. And that is so hard to do. And it's the same thing that all of us are trying to do at that pro level on a different scale, right? With me with making the main event or trying to get back to wherever I used to be, always having that self-doubt of, okay, is that in the past? Can I be that good again? And you're constantly reminded on the dirt bike, nope. This weekend, nope, you're not good enough. The next weekend, nope, you're not good enough. That's really hard. Really hard. And not to mention doing it in a nail bite, just a race that came down to the last lap as well. So not only managing all of your thoughts leading up to that event in the past years of his life, but every lap of that main event as the clock's ticking down and what's going through his head. And he said on the podium how he was just one lap, one more lap, one more lap, one more lap, which, yeah,
he led every lap, I think, didn't he?
I think so. Yeah. just really cool to me. Really cool. I don't know. I can't see what I'm looking at.
First win in 7 years.
For Suzuki?
Suzuki, yeah. Barsha is owning all of a sudden. But other than that, nothing happened.
Yeah.
2 really good weeks in a row.
Speaking of mindset and all of that, it's amazing how when that light switch goes, it goes, especially for a guy like Barsha. Barsha will have a really good rest of the season, probably. He'll either crash hard or he'll do really well and probably be on the podium a bunch more. I like to see him do well also. And I'm also glad that that whole race played out the way it did, because that could have made him a huge enemy of the state.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, as that race was winding down, I'm like, oh no, like don't take out Kenny in this situation, because no one will ever forgive you for that one. But it was cool to see after the race too. Like those guys hugging each other, Anderson coming over, all the guys going over. Yeah, very cool. I'm glad I was there to watch that.
That's a pretty, for anybody who didn't think that was wicked cool, that solidifies it. Like, so many riders just came up and was like, wow, that was sick. Like, you know.
Yep. And then to cap off the night, driver Jamie got a picture on Kenny's bike somehow.
Dude, when he showed me that, I was like, you did not just sit on the Suzuki that just won. Ken Roczen, he just went up to his mechanic, apparently was like, hey, can I take a picture with that? He's like, yeah, sure. He's like, can I take a picture on it? He's like, yeah, just hurry up.
Yeah, it was such a good picture too. Epic.
That's like the most iconic thing. Can you imagine what Sinjin, his son, is thinking right now?
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, I was so happy when I saw that picture. I'm like, no way.
No way.
A history-making night, and then just driver Jamie just posted up on his bike in the tunnel. I'm like, well, nah. If you guys enjoyed this podcast clip and you want to listen to full episodes, go download them. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and I think that's it. Go download them there. Give them a listen. If you want to watch full episodes, which I tell you what, it's even better to do that, go to club.themotoacademy.com, because Moto Academy subscribers inside of the app have exclusive access to watch the entire episodes. And not only that, the subscribers actually can send in their questions to be answered on the podcast as well. Club.themotoacademy.com. Go subscribe.